One of my favorite ways to think about concepts is by using analogies. The ability to connect two seemingly separate ideas to improve your overall understanding. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 analogies related to studying. Hey, it's Matty. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm a 3rd-year medical student in the US and one of the co-founders of RemNote. We make videos about studying, productivity, and brain health. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe for weekly videos. One of my favorite definitions of learning comes from Daniel Kahneman, the author of Thinking Fast and Slow. He says, "The test of learning psychology is whether your understanding of situations you encounter has changed, not whether you have learned a new fact." And that's why analogies are so cool. They're an application of learning in a different context. So here are 3 study analogies that are related to food. So the first analogy is about the difference between active and passive learning. Active learning is actually preparing your meals. Passive learning is watching cooking videos or cooking shows. Can you become a kitchen maestro just by watching chefs go to town on some fish? No, of course not. You have to go into the kitchen, light up the stove, and go through the motions. You have to chop the veggies, you have to flip the fish until it becomes second nature. This is the principle of active learning. You can't do well on your exams if you just listen to lectures or podcasts and reread your notes. You have to actually go do practice questions, go through the motions, and use your brain to answer questions. That way, you're actually getting your hands dirty and applying what you know. Now, let's expand on that. Here's the second analogy. Mastering your studies is like learning how to mix it up with a single ingredient in the kitchen. Say you want to become an expert in fish cuisine. Well, cooking the same fish dish over and over is not going to make you a master at cooking fish. It's only going to give you the muscle memory to cook that single fish dish. To really become an expert, you have to mix it up. Bake the fish, steam the fish, fish and chips, fish soup, and sushi. By understanding how that ingredient works in different situations, you can then become a master. This is the principle of interleaving, a very powerful study strategy. You have to mix up your study days, hit chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 during the same session. And here's the final analogy. The process of converting everything we learn into long-term memory is like eating a meal. To review learning psychology, memory comes in 3 phases: encoding, consolidation, and retrieval. First, we consume our studies, which is encoding. We take in information as it's presented, whether it's raw, whether it's cooked, or whether it's sunny side up. And we can only take in so much information before our stomachs are full and we feel satiated. Next, we have to digest the food, which is consolidation into long-term memory. We have to break down all the food into very small parts, their most basic parts, the nutrients and the vitamins, so that we can completely understand them. And finally, we have to absorb the nutrients to use as fuel, which is retrieval. If we don't practice retrieving our studies, then all the digested material will pass through and get flushed out of our system. This is the principle of spaced repetition. You have to practice retrieving your information frequently enough so you don't forget them. But likewise, you don't need to review things that you know very well too frequently, right? Imagine eating 5 oranges in a row. You probably don't need that much vitamin C. You can wait till tomorrow, so space it out. All right, I hope those analogies made some sense as it relates to your studies. If you want to hear a few more analogies, definitely check out Mike's video up here, or I'll link it in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like and share it with your friends. If you ever want to chat, feel free to reach out to us on Twitter or on Instagram and send us a message. And I'll see you guys in another video.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Give it a thumbs up because it really helps us out. And if you want to see more, click on the red subscribe button down here or the circle up here.
Check out our website or check out our Instagram, links in the description below. And check out these videos over here. We think you might enjoy them.
And we'll see you next time.